Hi everyone, I wanted to do a video this evening on the Arthur Beale wool sweater, oiled wool sweater. So I was bombarded on Facebook and other social media platforms with adverts for these things, and eventually I succumbed to the temptation and bought one. So a little bit of history. Arthur Beale are essentially a chandlery company in the UK that have been around for over 500 years. And one of the things that they are really famous for are these oiled wool sweaters, submariner sweaters, fisherman sweaters, call them what you will. Usually characterised by this this big roll neck here, and they really are amazing items. I bought one and they're not cheap, but then in the grand scheme of things for a sweater, they're not overly expensive either. They come in at around about £145. Haven't got a clue what it is in dollars, but I'm sure you can find out. But they are super well made. They're reinforced with canvas on the shoulders. They have these great holes here where you can pull your hand through on cold days so that you can keep your hands nice and warm. They're kind of really traditional items with a lot of features, and they're extremely well made. The other good thing about these sweaters is that they have got a high lanolin content. They aren't processed. The wool is not processed particularly. So what that means is that the oil that is on the wool naturally when it's on the sheep is still there. And what that means is that they are actually quite water resistant. They're not waterproof. Don't go out wearing your wool sweater in a torrential downpour and expect to stay dry. You won't. But for spray, a bit of a shower, light rain, you'll be fine. These things don't even feel wet. Hence, I guess, why seafarers are so keen on them. The other great attribute of these sweaters is that if you're going from hot to cold environments, so let's say you're going indoors and then outdoors and then indoors and then outdoors, actually you don't need to take them off when you go indoors, because your body, the nature of the wool is that actually your body regulates really well, so you don't sweat very much. And because of that, because you don't sweat very much, as long as you're not mucky and fall over and get crap all over it, actually the sweater itself does not need laundering very often. It's got a really distinctive smell, a lanolin smell, because it's unprocessed, and that smell is like, it's hard to describe. It's quite a fresh smell. If you say you wear a wool sweater that smells of sheep, it doesn't smell, it doesn't sound very good. But actually this smell, I love it. This smell is lovely. It's really nice. It's quite subtle, but it's really nice smell. So I mean, in an average environment you can't smell it. It's not like you're sitting here and people can smell your sweater. It's not like that. But if you put your nose to it, you can definitely smell. There's like a really discreet smell that comes from it. Anyway, one of the great attributes of this sweater is it does feel really natural to wear. So they come in 3 shades which mirror the shades of the wool of the sheep that they come from. So there's a kind of more or less pure white one, which I steered away from just from the point of view of getting stains on it and things like that. But they look amazing. They're really good. They look really smart. There is the middle kind of range one, I don't know what you call it, grey cream, which is this one that I'm wearing, which I absolutely love. And then there's a dark one, which is a kind of going into very dark brown, I guess, and I really would love one of those. So the sweaters come in this kind of style with this really high roll neck, which you can also pull down and double fold, so it's a little bit more you know, sort of closer to your throat, rather than, well, down here sort of, rather than up here. I really like wearing it up here. Actually, it makes me feel really cozy, and it kind of feels like I'm just wrapped in a blanket, which is really great. Now, what a lot of people, the question that was on my lips before I bought this, and I actually got in touch with Arthur Beale, was, is the wool itchy? Having this high wool neck, is it going to affect my skin? Me being quite sensitive, I suffer from psoriasis and eczema and God knows what. So I was a bit concerned that maybe it would be unwearable. I'd spend a whole bunch of money and I'd end up with this great sweater that I just couldn't wear. So what I did was I actually, a separate video of it, I've got, it's here in actual fact, and this is the wool beanie, which is made kind of more or less from the same material, really. You can see it's the same. This is the wool Arthur Beale, again, wool hat, and I bought this really more than anything to kind of test the material. These come in at about 35 quid. They're not cheap, but they are bloody good. And again, same things apply. It's that oiled wool. So, you know, if your head gets a bit wet in a bit of a shower, no worries. So I bought this as a way of kind of testing the wool on my skin to see just how sensitive it was. And it's actually really forgiving to wear, surprisingly so. It does feel quite, what's the word, unprocessed, but it doesn't feel itchy. It's tough to explain, but basically, I mean, if you want to use this as a benchmark, my skin is really highly sensitive, and I've not taken this off in about 2 weeks. I love wearing it, and actually, as you can see, it's in contact with your neck. I don't even notice I'm wearing it. To be honest, when I first put it on, it was more the thought, oh God, I've got a wool sweater and it's going to be high up on my neck, and oh God, it's going to itch. And the fact is, I've spent 145 quid on this thing, so I really wanted it to be a serviceable item of clothing. And I put it on and just forgot about it. And it really works. It really works. And I just find it super comfy. And as soon as I get home from work, I take off my work clothes if I've been, smart wearing that day. And on this goes. I've even managed to sneak it into work and wear it in work a few times because it is quite a smart sweater. It's good. It's good at what it does. Now, in terms of the fit, I'm a kind of medium going into large. I'm an awkward size. But I'm a medium, and this is the medium sweater, and it fits me really, really well. What do I weigh? About 13 stone, so I am kind of just on the cusp of medium going into large, which can be awkward sometimes, but this is quite it sort of clings very slightly around the tummy and around the torso, really comfortable around the shoulders. For me, this is the perfect fit. If you wanted a more sort of floppy and bigger, more roomy wool sweater, then you'd probably go a size up to a large. Me personally, I like my clothes to be just a little bit kind of more sort of cozy fitting, so for me, this works really well. Enough space underneath to get a base layer, even if it's a long sleeve base layer, there's no worries there. There's enough scope to do that. Then obviously, as a mid layer, this works really, really well, and then you can put on your kind of your top layer, your shell, and that works really, really effectively. It's a great item. I mean, apart from the cost, I want to get another one. I want to get the dark coloured one because they are super. They're really great. So Arthur Beale as a company, they ethically source all their wool from England. It's an English company. They use English products. I think that the history of the company, I mean, they used to supply polar expeditions, and I believe they still might do. But they supplied the old polar explorers. Or if you look at photographs of them, most of them are wearing sweaters similar to this. They came from Arthur Beale. That's who supplied them. So there is a history behind these items. They are the real deal. It's a really, really good traditional English product. And just again, I mean, I just do love the way that everything's thought out so well. You can put your fingers through these holes, your thumbs through these holes. Keep your hands nice and warm. It's just great. It really is really, really great. So I've received absolutely no sponsorship for this film, for this video. This is completely my personal opinion. But I would say if you're on the fence about getting an Arthur Beale sweater, then very much consider it seriously, because you won't be disappointed. The wool, as I said, is quite forgiving on your skin, and I don't think most people shouldn't have any issues from it. But yeah, check out the Arthur Beale website. I will put it in the comments so that you can hit the link. Arthur Beale. Just as an aside, a lot of people, oh yeah, EastEnders, Arthur Beale. Well, it wasn't. It was actually Arthur Fowler and Pete Beale. So there's no EastEnders connection beyond that. And even then, people get it wrong. But hey ho, so what? Let them have a laugh. So okay, right, there we go. That's my pretty quick review. We're just hitting roughly 10 minutes. So I've gone on a bit, but if you think this review was useful to you, then please let me know how you get on if you do purchase one of these sweaters, and leave some comments in the comment box, and please subscribe. Every subscription really, really helps me, and hit the like button if you like what you saw. All right, thanks very much. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.